Whisper video. Soothing Sounds by Pearl. Tonight, I thought I would just do a little Whisper Ramble update, chit-chat kind of video on this Thursday night for you guys. It's a Tuesday night for me right now. Excuse my super cool hair. It's been a long day. Still getting over whatever secondary sinus infection or whatever I have right now, so I thought I would have a nice warm cup of apple tea. I've got some cinnamon sticks in there to make it nice and cinnamony. Yeah, just to warm me up after a long, cold day outside with Dennis. He's back there, pooped after a long day. closest thing to nudity you're gonna get before you go and watch, porn or whatever. And then weird social stuff and toxic dating stuff, and then once in a while you'll get something genuinely funny or weird or whatever. Like, I miss the days when my TikTok algorithm For You page was just like weird videos of people doing weird, funny stuff. Like, weirdly enough, one of the first people I ever followed on TikTok came across my For You page a couple days ago, and I was like, oh my god, I miss seeing this guy's videos because they're just so absurd, and like, there's no it's just ridiculous. But that's the kind of stuff that I liked, and then eventually, you like one video and it changes your algorithm, and then before you know it, you're looking at conspiracy stuff and dark web stuff and all this other terrible stuff. And as much as the creators of manifestation TikToks and positivity and meditation, they are helping people. When you're in a position like I'm in, where you're just overwhelmed a lot of the time, nothing helps. And for me, I'm not the kind of person who necessarily feels better to know that other people feel just like me. Like, it doesn't, at least not in the context of like, oh, this content creator is creating this content because there are thousands of us that feel the same way. Like, if somebody personally reaches out, like you guys have reached out and talked about your anxiety, that is comforting to know that somebody feels those exact same things, or they've been in a similar situation. But just the general vague knowledge that, like, oh, well, there are other people out there, I'm sure, but never having the actual confirmation or acknowledgement of it doesn't really help me any. So those like meditation and manifestation videos they just kind of add to my stress, I guess. But I digress. Either way, take that lesson for what it is, I guess. Less phone, less problems, it seems. And I'm gonna keep practicing that going forward. Honestly, I just want to thank you guys. Take time out for a second to thank you guys, because I genuinely do believe that working on this channel has helped me a good bit. Like, it keeps me focused. It gives me something to work toward and work on. I've been making some videos like ahead of time, or multiple videos in a day, so that I've got them kind of cataloged and backlogged, and honestly keeping some level of organization and thoughtfulness about what I'm doing, staying engaged and putting the videos together, and setting them up to air in certain days, specific to what the video entails. Just those little things help a lot, because just a few weeks ago that would have been too much for my brain to even think about, and I just have to kind of do stuff. So the fact that you guys are tuning in and you're engaging and you're commenting and suggesting and subscribing, like, it's all really cool. And it gives me an incentive to continue building and working, because I'm seeing the results already, and it's just really neat. And without you guys, I wouldn't have a reason to continue making them at the rate that I make them. I would be back to making them once a week or once every 2 weeks or something. So, hopefully as the channel grows, the incentive grows, and, hopefully in a year's time, you never know where it'll be, but the location will change, and I'll be doing, my videos from a different place. My place, maybe a tiny house, a little off-grid, shed house conversion, or schoolie or something like that. And, you guys will have helped me immensely on that journey. So, I just want to thank you guys for mindfulness was just so